Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful people with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination are almost omnipotent. So these are the lines from Calvin Collins. So what do we learn? Yes, that values are the ones that make a person successful. So hey everyone, I and Raghuvir along with my teammates are going to have a group discussion on the topic importance of value education in life. So, I hope that this GD to be held today inspires ideas and discussions around this topic. As we all know, even though a person might have all the luxuries in life, if he or she does not have moral values inculcated in him, nobody really considers the person so successful. His or her liability is checked upon the fact how much morals and ethics he or she has. So, we team members are going to propagate this message. I'll start off by introducing my team members. They are Manu Agarwal, Palash Agarwal, Deepak Bajaj, Deepak Panjwani, Gautam Ragwani, and myself, Nagumantri Raghuvir. Now, values are extremely important because they help us to grow and develop and guide our beliefs, attitudes, and behavior. Our values are reflected in our decision making. They help us in finding a true purpose in life and become responsible and developed individuals. Now, in this situation, we know in the times of COVID and with the complexities of life growing, it is often becoming very tough for the youngsters to choose their path. Now, this is where value education comes into part. There are many characteristics of value education. They are collective identity, critical thinking, cooperation, social skills, and global vision. Now, what do we mean by collective identity? Collective identity means that it promotes respect and understanding for our diversity. Now, we all know that India is very much diversified, whether we take it culturally, regionally, or ethnically. So, it is often important for all of us to respect each and every human being, irrespective of their background. The second point is critical thinking. It stimulates creative and systematic analysis to identify different problems with perspectives and angles to these problems. And the third thing is cooperation. It promotes collaboration to finding one solution. Now, if we all know that the whole team India only wins when the whole team performs, not only if one person performs. So it is very important. Third thing is global vision. It deepens our knowledge of world problems and of values such as justice, equality, and dignity. Now, in this world, many things are going on. Let us take the case of Palestine. We can see that so many people are suffering. So it is very important to know about the knowledge what is going on there, so that we can deal with it efficiently if such matters comes again. And second case is like we have seen right now in our country, there has been a lack of bed and oxygen cylinder. So this if we have such knowledge, then we can rectify it in the third wave which might come. So that's all what I can say about value education, the importance. Now there are certain aspects of value education, and I like my team members to explain each of them. First of all, I would like to call Deepak Panjwani to throw some light on the topic right understanding.
This is Deepak Panjwani. My topic is right understanding. Right understanding refers to the higher order human skills, the need to learn and utilize our intelligence most effectively. In order to resolve the issues in human relationships, we need to understand them first, and this would come from the right understanding of relationships. Similarly, in order to be prosperous and to enrich nature, we need to have right understanding. The right understanding will enable us to work out our requirements for physical facilities and hence correctly distinguish the difference between the wealth and prosperity. With nature as well as we need to understand the harmony in nature and how we can complement this harmony. Thus we can say that when we use right understanding with relationships, it gives us mutual fulfillment. If we have right understanding, then we can be happy in ourselves and work to have fulfilling relationships with humans and mutual prosperity with nature. If we do not have the right understanding, then we have problem. Thus our happiness depends on the fulfillment of these three basic requirements. Now I would like to tell you a story. In a small town, there lived a guy named Ram who a week ago settled in the town miles away from his village, and got admitted in the town school. Next morning, he went to the school with the fresh and thrilled smile and went to the class, but nobody noticed him. So he decided to ask one of his classmates named Vedant for the pending notes, but he refused to give notes as they didn't have the prior meeting with each other and thought Ram can damage his notes. Due to some wrong evaluations, he took decision of not giving his notes. But after few months, when Vedant was very sick and couldn't attend the school very frequently, so he approached Ram for the class note, and with a big heart Ram helped him not only by giving notes but also helped in studies for the exams. So Vedant realized his mistake of making wrong evaluations on Ram. At last, I would end my words by saying right understanding is the foundation for developing a proper sense of values. Thank you.
It is seen that if both the individuals are convinced about their relationships and action, then their bond is quite strong. To explain the importance of mutual understandings in one's relationship, I would like to call Palash Agarwal.
This is Palash Agrawal. I am here to speak on the topic mutual understanding. Empathy, respect, and patience are the few essential elements that keep the relationship healthy and lasting, which all comes under mutual understanding. So let's take a look on the above mentioned elements one by one. Empathy means in simple language कि सामने वाले के व्यू पॉइंट से सोचना और सिंपैथी जगाना. Customer care taker often uses empathy during communication with customers. They tell them like, if I were in your position, I would be upset too. Our mistake has cost you a lot of time and money. Let me make it right, and many more. So second one, respect. Here it means by respecting other views and their importance in your life. And the last one, patience. Sometimes in our relationships, we become defensive, irritated, and say something to hurt others. We do not realize the importance of patience and end up making controversial decisions. Whenever one feels defensive against the person, try to be patient enough to think over another person's positive qualities, and therefore it is most important element in mutual understanding. So here questions arises. What type of relationship here I am talking about? Friends, can you tell some?
I think the relationship may be between wife and husband.
Relation between daughter, mother, and mother-in-law.
Between customer and shopkeeper.
Okay, nice. So let's discuss one situation where mutual understanding can be applied for maintaining long-lasting friendship. There were two best friends, Ram and Raja. Ram was very intelligent, but Raja was weak in studies. Ram has taught Raja last night before the board exam. With a coincidence, they were sitting beside each other in the exam hall. Half an hour passed. Ram hears someone whispering him, and it was Raja, asking for the answers. Ram was confused because same question he had taught him last night. So friends, assume yourself in Ram and tell what you would have done in that case.
I think Ram should answer Raja as they were best friend and one friend can't see another getting failed.
I think Ram should answer, but not in detail, just some introductory part so that he can answer rest part by his own.
I think Ram should not provide him with the answer because if they are caught while cheating, their future will be in trouble.
Yes, the ideal solution for this situation is that Ram should not answer him because first of all, they both can land into troubles. Secondly, it's the mistake of Raja only that he didn't respected Ram as he didn't paid attention to him last night. If he helps him today, then the other will always ask for help in the future, and also he will become dependent on him for the entire life. Also, Raja should have respected Ram during exam by not disturbing him in between and should have tried recalling the concepts which he learned last night. After the exam, Raja should think in place of Ram that what could have happened if he helps him in cheating. Also, Ram should ensure him that he will pass with good marks, but in the odds, if he failed, he will be ready to teach him and help him conquer the exam. So here Raja viewed from his best friend's perspective, shown mutual understanding against him, and thus the friendship didn't broken.
Often face a situation in which we feel like the clouds in us are always raining. So to explain this feeling, I would like to call Deepak Bajaj.
Respected ma'am, this is Deepak Bajaj and today I want to discuss about the topic depression. Depression is classified as mood disorder. It can be described as feeling of sadness, loss or anger that interfere with person everyday life. Depression is considered as a serious medical condition that can get worse without proper treatment. To understand it better and precise, let's understand this with an example of student life. Talking about student life, many students nowadays are going through the process of depression as because of usual problem of getting low marks and not getting jobs. Recently, I have seen a case of IIT Madras. One student who failed in semester exam gets hanging up in his room. Today, student can't be a stress as colleges and school are shut down from last 15 months. Many project and assignment are given to student and they are getting depressed in homes due to lockdown. To summarize this, I can say that in my view, whenever our mental ability becomes less to think and work on our goal, that is the point where depression starts. To come across a real case, we all are familiar with case of Sushant Singh Rajput. We live in a world where people think that mental health is not a very serious matter. The incident of SSR is just another reminder that we need to take a break. The silence of stigmas related to our health condition. Our mental health should be our first priority. At the same time, we must be supportive to other people who are battling with the similar condition. After revealing the case, the official said that police are assessing the financial status and business dealing of the actor to identify the cause of depression. By looking at these cases, we need to relax our mind. We need to keep distance from social media as social media is spreading negativity nowadays and ultimately leads people to depression. We need to spend much more time with our family. I think that's the main reason in the life of SSR. He gave much more time to other interactive things, and also we need to spend much more time alone talking with ourselves. So some of the symptoms of depression are having a negative approach towards life is the first sign of depression. One feels worthless, start hating himself and blame everything for wrong happening in his life. Second is stress level have also been rise to 43% in India suffering from depression in these COVID times. So let's have a look to treatment for depression. First one is meditation. The best way to reach out of depression is to do meditation and yoga. We need to keep our mind mentally and physically strong so as to remain calm in every critical situation of life. Second is physiotherapy. Speaking with a therapist can help us to learn skill and cope up with negative feelings. Third is avoid alcohol and drugs. Drinking and misusing drugs can make us feel better for a little bit, but in long run these substances can make depression and anxiety symptoms worse. Taking care of yourself. So by sleeping more, eating and taking a healthy diet and stay away from negative people can help us to lead a healthy life. Thank you.
Many people are not so strong to battle depression, so they have the tendency to suicide. I would like to call Gautam Ragwani to throw some light on this topic.
So hello everyone, Gautam Raghwani this side, and I am here for a short discussion on topic suicide. Suicide does not end the chance of life getting worse, it eliminates the possibility of even getting it better. Suicide is the third leading cause of death amongst children, teens and adults age of 10 to 24. Suicide is an act of intentionally causing one's own death. Major causes of suicides are an untreated mental illness, depression, as briefed by this Deepak, fear to face the problem. Now the question arises: is suicide is preventable? The answer is yes. Suicide prevents start by reading signs and taking them seriously. There are many warning signs. Every situation is unique. The key is to understand how an individual feels about them. Some warning signs are suicidal threat. First, direct, and second, indirect. Direct include I want to die. Indirect include I wish I could go to sleep. And second, suicidal note, planned and social media post. Third, making final plan, giving away favorite thing, preoccupation with death and revenge. Fifth, sudden and explanation happiness. Sixth, change in behaviors, sleep and eating pattern. Depression and suicide are rampant in today's time and is growing issue of concern. Depression is an illness that pushes a person to commit self-harm or even commit a suicide. Now the conclusion is, if you are troubled by thoughts of suicide, speak up. Asking for help is an act of bravery that life for the better. Thank you.
It is said that anger is man's worst enemy. So to explain on how to deal with anger issues, I would like to call Manu Agarwal.
I am Manu Agrawal and I am speaking on the topic anger management. Anger is a normal and even healthy emotion, but it is important to deal with it in a positive way. Uncontrolled anger can take a toll on both our health and relationships. Anger management is a way to lessen the effects that anger has on us. It is a normal reaction and a feeling, so we can't make it go away, but we need to learn to manage it better. Let's hear a story on anger management. Nails in the fence. There was once a little boy who had a bad temper. His father gave him a bag of nails and told him that every time he lost his temper, he must hammer a nail into the back of the fence. The first day, the boy had driven 37 nails into the fence. Over the next few weeks, as he learned to control his anger, the number of nails hammered daily gradually decreased. He discovered it was easier to hold his temper than to drive those nails in the fence. Finally, the day came when the boy didn't lose his temper at all. He told his father about this, and the father suggested that he pull one nail each day when he didn't lose his temper. The days passed, and the young boy was finally able to tell the father that all the nails were gone. The father took his son to the fence and said, "You have done well, my son, but look at the holes in the fence. The fence will never be the same. When you say things in anger, they leave a scar just like this one. You can put a knife in a man and draw it out. It won't matter how many times you say I'm sorry, but the wound will still be there." The little boy then understood, and he looked up to his father and said, "I hope you can forgive me, father, for the holes I have put in you." "Of course I can," said the father. Now, some ways to manage anger. Think before you speak. In the heat of the moment, it is easy to say something you will later regret. Take a few moments to collect your thoughts before saying anything and allow others involved in the situation to do the same. Get some exercise. Physical activity can help reduce stress that cause you to become angry. If you feel anger escalating, go for a walk or run. Spend some time doing other enjoyable physical activities. Identify possible solutions. Instead of focusing on what made you mad, work on resolving the issue at hand. Remind yourself that anger won't fix anything and might only make it worse. Don't hold a grudge. Forgiveness is a powerful tool. If you allow anger and other negative feelings to crowd out positive feelings, you might find yourself swallowed up by your own bitterness or sense of injustice. But if you can forgive someone who angered you, you might both learn from the situation and strengthen your relationships. Practice relaxation skills. When your temper flares, put relaxation skills to work. Practice deep breathing exercises. Imagine a relaxing scene or repeat a calming word or phrase, such as "take it easy." You might also listen to music, write in journal, or do a few yoga poses, whatever it takes to encourage relaxation.